Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Ehsan bin Muhammad Daniel. I am from SR243 S52A. Today, I will present about my proposal defense, effect of COVID-19 home-based exercise on physical activity and mental health among UITM Seremban 3 sports students. Okay, we go to the background of study. Background of study. Physical activity defined as any bodily movement by skeletal muscle that requires energy expenditure is resourced by the World Health Organization 2019. We know that includes activities of the physical activity that in daily life like working, playing, cooking, like that. So people who are active person will risk 20% to 30% risk of that if inactive in physical activity. So regular physical activity can improve health related fitness like cardiovascular system, muscular system, and mental health defined as emotional, psychological, and social well-being among people. So the term of the physical activity should not be confused with the exercise, which is planned, structured, repetitive, and aims to improve in more components of physical fitness. So, physical health must come with the mental health. Without physical health, we cannot go through to the mental health. Cannot get the mental health. So, the physical activity must combine with mental health to balance human health. Body weight exercise can be done anywhere and save time. So we know that exercise body weight can apply in the home at the home or at the work. So duration for body weight exercise can be done 12 until 40 minutes depend on exercise that we do. So if participants have experienced mental health problems, it can harm your thinking or mood, behavior, and many will contribute to mental health problems, such as many will contribute to mental health problems like biological factors, such as genes or brain chemistry, and it experience life experience like trauma and abuse. So, functional exercise will engaging many groups, additionally improve balance and proprioception and flexibility. So we go to the statement of problem of this research. So the statement of problems that research we come through because due COVID-19 pandemic, students are restricted movement. So we know that the government already throughout the content that people must have restricted movement and cannot do much at the outdoor. We know that. So during pandemic, people are advised to stay at home and avoid participate or enter into the crowded place. So we know that the government already announced to limited a movement which is not enter the place was crowded like a cinema, gym, or in grouping, or we go to one place to have a recreational activities like grouping, like playing taekwondo, contact. So we must avoid that. So people, okay, active people usually will lose fitness around 4 to 8 weeks of the training. So we know that uh, the training effect will lose the strength after 4 weeks without training. So we know that endurance performance will decrease to 25% after 3 or 4 weeks after that. So the training is the partial or complete loss of training without training or not doing any activity. So we next go to the next. my research objective. So for research objective, we want to measure the effect of 4 weeks home-based exercise on cardiorespiratory fitness among UITM Seremban 3 sports students. So next, we want to measure the 4 weeks home-based exercise on muscular endurance among UITM Seremban 3 students. So go to the next, to measure the effect of 4 weeks home-based exercise and abdominal strength among UITM Seremban 3 students. To measure the effect of 4 weeks home-based exercise on core strength among UITM Seremban 3. And last, to measure the effect of 4 weeks home-based exercise on physical and mental health among UITM Seremban 3. All our research objective, we use the body weight exercise because it easier to the participant or students to apply in the training or lesson plan. So we go to the significant of study. So the significant study is easy to coach, can provide training program to ensure the athlete keep physical activity. So coaches easily can create the training program to ensure their athletes keep fit because the coaches don't want the athlete get the effect of the training without any without doing any activity. So communities and sport practitioners can use this program, COVID-19 home exercise, and apply in physical active in daily life. So communities can use our program or our program to do exercise, and they can easily uh, prevent from the depression, prevent from the mental problems. So they will use our training program. So the advantage of for sports students to create body weight exercise for community. So and all the causes of the sports students chances can create the training program for the students. So for the last, to ensure the active people maintain their physically active during COVID-19. So I will say before this, I will say before this research want to the participant keep active and avoid the retraining with effect of retraining. So we want our participant keep active and prevent without any disease, get any disease. So we go to the literature review. So the home-based exercise. Home-based exercise defined as a physical practice in minimum of type of exercise being complete at home. So physical activity, it depends on the participant to do. If they want to decrease the intensity or increase the intensity, it depends on the participants during the situation. So uh, there is no reason that time is no longer a barrier to exercise at home. So there is no reason for the participant to do the exercise. So the home-based exercise can reduce falls and increase balance among citizens or people that problem on their specific health, like SCL, like on the specific joints, their problems. So they can create the body weight training for himself, or we will create training for them. So people can exercise without any restriction from others people. So we know that if we exercise at home, don't any people can't see them to do exercise. So their self-esteem will increase and their confidence will increase when to do exercise. So exercise at home can reduce stress. Yeah, because when we exercise at home, we don't have a challenger like people hold the barbell in the high load, and we use the light load. So that has a competitor. So they can, if they exercise at home, they can usually their own intensity to the exercise. So they can prevent from the stress. So the effectiveness of exercise on physical health, exercise can reduce body weight and prevent from obesity and diabetes. Basically, we already know that the more intense on the activity, the more calories should be burned. So beside that, exercise will lowers at risk to get the obesity or diabetes. It will cut down on metabolic syndrome and help insulin to work better. So exercise can reduce of blood circulation, can reduce problem of blood circulation. So exercise, we know that exercise can expand our lung function, lung capacity to get a better circulation blood. So physical activity can build bone density and reduce osteoporosis. We know that uh, physical activity can build the strong bone and can build the strong ROM, can increase our flexibility to future, to our old age. So for the next, exercise can improve sleep quality among person. So we know that when the energy is depletion, that occurs during exercise stimulate recuperative process during sleep. It also help them feel more energized after they sleep. So we go to the next. Okay, the effectiveness of exercise on mental health. So we know that physical exercise help to reduce depression and anxiety. So we know that exercise will increase our protection of endorphins. That will know that to help produce the positive feelings and reduce the perception of pain. Like we do a yoga. The yoga can reduce a pain, or we use the body weight training to reduce our stress from the work. Okay, we go to the next. Exercise will help to decrease the stress level. It also can help to be more aware of their mental state and practice distraction from their fears or their stress or their depression. So we go to the next. Exercise can increase the training of memory. So exercise can increase our brain boost, or usually we know that if physical body is health, our mental is to health. So in fact, of other study show that 24 women who had the diagnosis of depressions of that exercise of any intensity significantly will decrease feelings of depression. So the other research, uh, the other research throughout the statement, the fact exercise can reduce depression, exercise can reduce the stress level, exercise can reduce depression, and exercise will increase our brain. So it's really important to us to do exercise without any reason. So we go to the next. So our methodology is methodology is research method is used as secondary data. The data specific to this study was obtained from the result of the effect of 4 weeks home exercise protocol SF36 quality of life questionnaire. That's resource from the Optum. Uh, and that questionnaire will send to the UITM Seremban 3 for the sports science part 3 students. And the home-based exercise protocol use only body weight exercise in both both research and both exercise plan have a pre-test and post-test was conducted to measure the effects of the training program. And the pre-test consists of a 3-minute steps for cardiorespiratory fitness, 1-minute push-up, 4 muscular endurance tests, 5 level sit-up, and plank for the core strength. So a 1-week familiarization to the body weight exercise was given to the participant before they proceed with the training season. So both pre-test and post-test, we will give the questionnaire to them to collect the data. So with that, this is our flowchart. First, our sample recruitment is 51, and for the pre-test, we give the questionnaire. That questionnaire is health and well-being. So physical fitness, the body weight training program is the 3-minute step test, 1-minute push-up, 5 level sit-up, and plank. So 4 weeks, we go through 4 weeks home exercise. We for the post test is SF36. We give the questionnaire back, and uh, we do the post test, 3 minutes step test, 1-minute push up, and 5 level sit up and plank. So this our flow chart we will give to the student, and we get the data to measure their physical fitness level, and mental health. So our methodology sample is target population student, part 3 student, degree of sports science from faculty sports science and recreation in UITM sama 3, and population is 51 student who took the physical and wellness SPS 451 in semester 2020 and 2021, and sample session is purposive sample. And then we go to the methodology instrumentation. Our methodology instrumentations have three. First is demographic variables to determine the participant gender, age, experience, height, weight, code, program, and details of. So pre-test and post-test variables is to determine the level of physical fitness and mental health of the participant, and sorry, and is quality of life, measuring using questionnaire SF36 V2 health survey created by Mark Imarish, PhD, where resources by Werner 2012, and SF36 questionnaire score range we uh, measure by the around what 0 to 100s, poor to good, excellent health, and contains a domain 35 items. Cronenberg alpha 0.85, 8 domains and 35 items. Okay, for the 8 domains is first physical functioning. The content of the 10 physical functioning scale fulfill reacts levels and kinds of limitations between the extremes of physical activities, including performing vigorous activities. Example of vigorous activities is lifting or carrying the groceries, heavy groceries, climbing stairs, bending knee, like that. So, for the second domains is role physical. The 4 items of role physical scale covers an array of the role limitations related to physical health. For the first item is physical functioning is including limitation of work or other resolvents daily activities. So for the second RP is reduction in the amounts of the time spent on work or other usual activities. For the third item is difficulty performing work or other usual activities. For the last, accomplishing less than desired of the activities. So for the third, we go to the third is body pain. The scale of body pain is comprised two items. For the first item is pertaining to the intensity of bodily pain, and second is measuring the extent of pain interference on the normal work activities. So for the fourth is general health. General health scale consists five items. That is including the rating of the health, excellent to poor, and four items addressing to respondents' views and expectation of his or her health. So we go to the next for the vitality. Okay. For the vitality, this is four items of to measure of vitality, captures difference in subjective well-being. Uh, this including the energy level and fatigue. So for the six is social functioning. There's two item scale. Assess the impact of physical health and emotional problems on the social activities. And next seven is role emotional. The three items role emotional scale assess role limitations related to mental health. The for the first of three item of RE scale is the amount of time spent on work or other regular daily activities. Second, the amount of work or other activities accomplished. And for the third is the care with the which work or other activities were performed. So for the last is mental health. There is five items of mental health skills includes at least one item from each of four major mental health dimensions. So for example, like anxiety, depression, loss of behavioral, emotional control, and psychological well-being. For the next is our methodology data collection procedure. For the first, ethical approach asks permission to do research from the student affairs from the HCP of University Technology Mara, Campus Seremban. We will give briefing to the sample about the study and our questionnaire as a 36 quality of health questionnaire, and we will distribute SF36 quality our questionnaire to the sample during the pre and post test and our lesson plan too. And pre-test and post-test will be conducted to measure the effect of a training. And for the last, we will collect data, the questionnaire, and data analysis. Okay, for the data analysis is to measure based on our RO. Yeah, is to measure the effect of 4 weeks home exercise on the cardiorespiratory fitness among UITM Seremban 3 sport students. Data analysis is based on the social statistic, and second, to measure the effect of 4 weeks home exercise on muscular endurance among UITM Seremban 3 sport students. That is the social statistic too we use, and to measure the effect of 4 weeks home based exercise on abdominal strength among your mathematical sports student. That's we use the influential statistic. And for the fourth is to measure the effect of 4 weeks home based exercise on core strength among your mathematical sports student. That's we use the influential statistic too. And for the five, we to measure the effect of 4 weeks home exercise on physical health and mental health among the computer. We use the correlation statistic. And for the last is to measure the QOL, which is the quality of life in a statistic questionnaire. So last but not least, this is my references. Uh, there's two references. And that's all for me. All weakness come from me. Sorry for my mistake. And for the goodness, please come from to Allah SWT. And Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.